Alright, what's up YouTube? So essentially, I'm going to give a quick rundown on today. It's 7:23 Friday. Stock is currently trading 37.22 on AMC. With Fridays, you have to anticipate that they're going to pin the price and try to crush the IV so that they can collect as much premium as possible from the options chain. Max Payne has us pinned at 40 for the day, which coincides with my bearish pivot zone. Essentially, I have us holding support here. I made a little post about it earlier. I have us slowly crawling up in the morning, seeing a little bit of volume, and then selling into close. Just my read on the day here, I think that our bearish pivot zone is 36 to 37. I'm sorry, our bullish pivot zone is 36 to 37, where we're trading now. I think we'll pivot up, and I think that because it's a Friday day, that we're going to see lots of resistance on the option chain. So I think that they'll try to crush the implied volatility after we slowly crawl up in the morning. So what am I saying? Essentially, I think that we are still in my Elliott wave minor, and we just finished wave 2 minor. This correction was a little weird. It actually, I have a little thesis going on, which I'm going to confirm with maybe some other Elliott wave theorists who may have seen the same thing, but essentially I see two different Elliott waves playing out. I see an ABCDE when I look at the after hours with a 4-hour chart, but when I go to a 4-hour chart without the after hours, it's an ABC. Now that's not how it's supposed to work, right? Normally with stocks you don't see gaps up and gaps down so often. My take is that because there's so much money being made from the implied volatility, is that it's essentially trading at two different Elliott waves in order to capture that money. But no, I'll run that by some people. It's like I try to confirm everything. But yeah, as we're seeing here, we are seeing some bullish push out of this zone right now, which is wonderful. My zones are a little small today, but yeah, that's what I am seeing. Move that one up a little. Just try to capture this. Essentially, it's going to be a major support and resistance zone, so I don't see us impulsing past this only because it's Friday. Now, what that means is I do see very good things going into next week. And if we can close higher than we opened, we should see strong pushes next week. And that should continue all the way into the middle of August is my Elliott wave right now. But essentially nothing's really changed. I will be adjusting, which I already did, my wave 3 pivot down a little bit on the minor. And I still have us entering wave 3 minor now. Other stocks for the day. Let's take a look. I'm pulling all these stocks off a scanner that's showing oversold with in a relative strength zone. Yeah, it makes sense. So I'm looking at the China sector again. So we got Bilibili, Baba. Yeah, Baidu. Essentially all the China stocks are taking hits again. So they had a narrative going on which wasn't very good for them. And that just stemmed with China's regulations not being tight enough, and essentially their numbers have just been lied about. So our market, because China's cracking down on that, is going to be bearish on China stocks. Not picking too much up on the scanner, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check a pre-market list where I'm seeing the big movers in the pre-market. And then after that, I'll check stock twits to see sentiment for the day. So what I've been seeing, I made a post about this a little bit ago too, is every Friday now, for 2 months, I don't trade optionable stocks, but I see all these movers on Friday, and because I don't trade optional stocks, I've noticed the pattern that it's always an optionable stock, or a non-optionable stock. So what I think happens is people realize that the market makers and the hedge funds and the whales who sell calls and puts, for the most part, they're the ones selling options. Um, they don't have any reason to pin the price. So I think what happens is non-optionable stocks are getting a lot of momentum traders who realize that they're not pinned going into them on the that's nuts. Going into them on the and this looks like it still is upside, honestly. It's bull flagging. So they're going into them on Thursday knowing that, hey, there's no reason for them to pin it down. So there's not going to be intentional short pressure to try to crush the implied volatility because there's no reason to try to make money on an option chain that doesn't exist. So that's a first big pre-market mover. Our next is VNE. It's a 55% move right now. I'm going to assume it's not optionable because it's just a pattern I've noticed for 2 months. Oh, fuck. It's got monthlies. Okay. So there's no weekly expiring today, so there's no... Gotcha. Non-weekly optionable. Same thing. I would have been really excited. That's why I said that, because if you see a stock crush the market maker's expected move on a Friday, it usually has massive volume hit the next week due to the T2 and T3s. And then it triggers a little gamma squeeze. Alright, so last thing I'll do is I'll check StockTwits, and this is just for some momentum trades, because I don't really like to trade options Friday, because you just get wrecked. Yeah, another one with massive moves, no options chain. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually start building the trading thesis around that. It's been 2 months now that I've seen the same pattern, and because I don't trade non-optionable stocks, I haven't traded any of them. But it's becoming so consistent that it seems smart to just track the sentiments. So essentially, I'll find non-optionable stocks. I'll see the ones that are getting these volume spikes on Thursdays. I'll compile a list, check their sentiments with some sentiment tracker, and then whatever ones come up big, I'll pull up their charts and see if I see an entry or a possible break up. But yeah, I will be adding that to my trades. So that would be a Thursday trade, though. You'd want to get into that on Thursday because it's hard to buy this when there's going to be a very good chance that we come right back down to 16 zone and pivot back up, if that makes sense. It's likely in a corrective pattern right now, so we can anticipate, and it's probably going to pair up with a support pretty nice. Whatever we pivot from, we'll just do 1 times the first move down. I'll just draw a little line. Yeah. So I have an NRXP going down to 1734 from 22, which is quite a big move. But that's the risk. So essentially, to avoid that, I'm going to start looking them up and see which ones get the volume spike in the pre-markets on Thursday. And then when they start getting that volume spike, I'll start looking for an entry if they match up on the other criterias, but that's going to be a trading thesis that I start to incorporate. All right, now let's take a look at Bay. Yeah, so again, I see a very small move today. See this range. And then a break back up. Probably resistance all through this, so it'll be choppy, but as soon as we pop out, it should impulse. All right. What else do we got? Yeah, I think that's going to be it today. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you all. Cheers.